Hey there, friends and foes. Welcome to Back of the Cereal Box Presents New Comics. Yum! I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pyka. You can call me Johnny. And we are coming to you live on YouTube this afternoon. I've not done a new comics review for about 2, maybe 3 weeks. So I've got some back stock to cover. But I pulled really just the best of the last couple of weeks, plus what I picked up today at the comic shop. So for those of you who are just joining us, this is the Back of the Cereal Box Network. We're seen on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and Periscope and all of those places. I guess not Periscope anymore. Anyway, we're on all the social. So go check us out, join us, and if you're watching this live, you can post a comment and interact with me. If you're watching this in the replay, continue to post comments and let us know what you think. So up first, I'm going to save that for last because that's going to be the best. Up first, I was very excited to pick up today, Crossover, issue number 8. This is by Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw is the artist on that. If you have not been reading Crossover, it is one of the most inventive original series. Basically, let's call him an analog of Doctor Strange, created an event that crossed over the comic book world to the real world, and characters are appearing in the real world, like Brian Michael Bendis, characters from Powers. And of course, on the cover, you've got Madman, Savage Dragon appeared, and there are other thinly veiled characters from other universes. Crossover, if you pick up issue number 8, though, you're going to be lost. So go back and get the trade paperback. Maybe I'll do a review on that on Back Issue Breakfast Club in the next couple of weeks. But you really have to have read issues 1 through 7 to understand what's going on in issue 8. Sorry about that. Also, up today, holding the line at $2.99, it's the Archie Halloween Spectacular. This is an Archie anthology series with writers and artists like Bill Golier and Dan Parent, Bill Galvin, Jeff Schultz, Stan Goldberg, inks by Al Milgrom, Bob Smith, Jim Amish, and of course, if you're not into Archie comics, you might not really be into this whole scene, but this is classic, fun, all ages comics, the best it gets right here. Archie, Halloween Spectacular. Pick it up for the young reader in your world. Really excited about this next release. I loved this. I liked issue number 1. Issue number 2 is even better. This is Winter Guard number 2. This is written by Ryan Cady with art by interior art by either Jan or Jan Bazaldua. I'm going to say that's probably Jan. And the color artist is Federico Blee. The cover artist is Tony Infantante. Great issue. We learn more about the Winter Guard under the current leadership of the Red Widow. Yelena Belova and the Red Guardian are teaming up to uncover the secrets of the Winter Guard and the Red Room and the Kremlin. And spoiler alert, spoiler warning. I wanted to say both words. Spoiler alert. Yelena gets some wings. The White Widow takes flight. So now we've got some we've got 4 female winged heroes in the Marvel Universe. We've got Jane Foster, Valkyrie. We've got Songbird. We've got Mockingbird. And now we've got the White Widow wearing wings. That's hard to say. White Widow wearing wings. Try saying that 9 times fast. Also along the lines of Archie comics, this came out last week, and I was so happy to find it. It's by a new publisher called Binge Books Sit Comics. Both logos are on here. Sit Comics. This is a binge book. It is an anthology as well. Super Suckers. It is written and illustrated in the style of Archie comics, but it's very much more grown-up material, dealing with the supernatural, vampires, and the like. Super-powered people, vampires, and it's also an anthology series. Really good. I'm super excited about what this Binge Books Sit Comics is doing. It's written by Darren Henry. Cover artist is Jeff Schultz. That may sound familiar. He's one of the Archie artists. And he does the interior art as well. And college students Jess and Kelly catch a rare STD called vampire just as a sexy but deadly vampire slayer hits town. To stay alive, they must figure out what vampires do out of the shadows with help from their new suck buddy, Stuart and Vera, the exhibitionist roommate from hell. Not for kids. Looks like it's for kids. Not for kids. All right. Up next is a book that made absolutely 0 sense to me. Justice League number 68. Continuing Brian Michael Bendis' run. You know, I keep picking up this book thinking it's going to get great. Because Bendis has created a great lineup of Justice Leaguers, and I just feel like nothing has happened. It's been 8 issues into his run, and I don't feel like anything substantial has happened. Art is by Scott Gudleski. Great art. Just hamster wheeling at Brian Michael Bendis. Nothing has happened. All right. Next up is one that I admit that I have not read yet, but I'm excited to read it because of the surprise factor. Amazing Fantasy number 3. I love this story. I love what I've read in issues 1 and 2. Kari Andrews is the writer and artist. Brian Reber is the color artist. Basically what has happened is Captain America, Spider-Man, and the Black Widow have been sucked into this alternate dimension, this, afterlife, before they've known each other. And there's some kind of war of the clans coming, and, they're picking sides, and they're going to defend their tribes, their clans. And that's about all I have. I have no idea where this is going, and that's kind of exciting. Amazing Fantasy number 3. I'll read that tonight. Very excited to read it. One of my favorite series of the year is Tales of Harrow County. This is Fair Folk by Cullen Bunn, and artwork by Emily Schnall. Written by Tyler Bunn and Tyler Crook. Artwork by Emily Schnall, and it's that beautiful watercolor style artwork that Harrow County has become known for, and this is continuing the journey of Bernice to find Emily, and just now they've got a magic sword. And all I can say is this is really great, especially for Halloween month, the month of Halloween, October. Check it out. Now, I picked up this book today, not knowing what to expect. I picked it up because it's really an Avengers book based on the characters. But it's The Darkhold, issue number Alpha. This was great. This was really, really engaging, really good. I was hoping to see Dark Ages number 2 on the stands this week, but I saw this instead, and I wasn't going to pick it up, but I decided this may be worth a look. It's written by Steve Orlando. The art is by Cian Torme. And basically, Doom has uncovered the Darkhold, and by him reading it, he has unleashed Chthon, and the Scarlet Witch recruits several Avengers to become defenders of the Darkhold, and it goes all wrong from there. Really strong. This is a really strong story. I highly recommend it. All right, up next, the best story of the year. And I may have talked about this in a morning mini bite. The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Last Ronin, issue number 4. This story just keeps getting better and better. It is the best Ninja Turtle story ever, but it is also one of the best stories of the year. So check out The Last Ronin. It is definitely Kevin Eastman's best work. It's written by Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, and Tom Waltz. The script is Tom Waltz and Kevin Eastman, but the layouts, the breakdowns are Kevin Eastman, and then the pencils and inks are Esau and Isaac Escorza. Really, this is Kevin Eastman's best work. This is really, really great. And the artwork by the brothers is phenomenal. What they're doing on Eastman's breakdowns is beautiful. Just really, really worth the $8.99 per issue. The only complaint I have about The Last Ronin is that it's not coming out monthly. It's coming out like bi-monthly or quarterly. And I know a lot of people are going to pick up the trade. If this were coming out monthly, I would be super happy. Great book, though. Great book. All right. Now it's time for the book of the week. I featured it this morning on our morning mini bites. Dum-ba-ba-da-dum. Adventure Man is back. Adventure Man number 5 by Matt Fraction and Terry and Rachel Dodson. This is pure diesel punk pulp adventure fun. It's gorgeous artwork, super great read. The only complaint, and this is my favorite book of the year. This is my favorite series of the year. The only complaint I have about this is this issue 5 should have been part of the giant collection, the hardcover collection, the end and everything after. Because this story finishes that story. But for whatever reason, it didn't make it into that collection, and so we get the standalone issue that ends that story. Nonetheless, I'm really super happy with the way this story ends, the status quo that we end with, and the tease for the future. And on the back, next issue starts a brand new story arc, issue number 6. I'm super excited. Adventure Man number 5 gets my pick of the week for new comics. Yum! Well, there you go, guys. There you have it. That is this week's new comics. And hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please post a comment down below. Click subscribe. And most importantly, share this with 200-300 of your closest friends and family. Ask them to also subscribe. And if you like the show, contribute on Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. And if you want to read any of these books, you can find them at your local comic shop, certainly. But they are all available from our sponsor, Things from Another World, T-Faw. So check them out. Link is in the description. And that's it, guys and gals. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Until the next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.